स्क्रीन आ गई यार?
यस सर, यस सर, यस सर, आ
हाँ,
गई।
तो हम लोग यहाँ थे मेरे ख्याल से, तो जल्दी जाना था ना, मैंने भी उस दिन छोड़ दिया था यहाँ पे। ठीक है, बुला लो फिर, जैसे वो खत्म हो बुला लो। सो आई थिंक यू आर एट योर sterilization of those, I think, products. The epoxide, okay? Epoxide. Epoxide, okay? Okay. So basically, you see, you use ethylene oxide or propylene oxide, epoxide or oxide, you can say. These are structure, ethylene oxide or propylene oxide. They are basically used to kill microorganisms, including bacterial spores. मैंने बोलता स्पेयर, इसको थोड़ा मोटा करना चाह रहा था यार, मैं कैसे करूं? ये ठीक. So see, this ethylene oxide or propylene oxide, they kill even the bacteria spore. मैंने बोला था कि बैक्टीरिया जो है, ये बैक्टीरिया है, ये एक्टिव है, ओके, एक्टिव. ये goes to kind of, you can say, in a closed circle, dormant हो जाएगा. This becomes a spore, okay. तो spore जो है, they are not vegetative, they are not active, but they can become active if you provide them some kind of a correct temperature, correct type of humidity, you know. So they even kill bacterial spores also, you know. They are also used as a gas to sterilize processing of food packaging, you know, and equipment, and even medical equipment. तो देखिए, जो आपकी डिस्पोजेबल यूज करते हैं हम लोग सर्जिकल ना, जैसे अब आपके हॉस्पिटल जाएंगे, आपके सिरिंज हैं या आपके कैथेटर्स हैं, they are all done by ethylene oxide or propylene oxide sterilization, okay. And it's also used in food where the washing with detergents is not applicable. So spice or nuts or so they are all done by ethylene oxide or propylene oxide. Okay, then we also use nitrites and nitrates. Okay, they are used as a preservative, and they are also used to cure meat for their color and their flavor. Cure का मतलब है their color remains same, their flavor remains same. You know, if you treat with nitrite or nitrates, but the nitrate, though they inhibit the growth of some microbes such as Clostridium botulinum, बोला था, the one organism which produces toxin, okay, toxin, but does not inhibit E. coli or Salmonella pathogen. Salmonella pathogen हुए जो कि टाइफाइड पैदा करता है, Salmonella typhi, Salmonella dysentery. So dysentery हुई और आपके टाइफाइड, E. coli जो आपका, ये भी आपका कोलिक बैक्टीरिया है, आपके कोलन में होता है, and it also causes, you know, diarrhea, you know, normally. So nitrates also convert in nitrites and into NO gas by the bacteria inside your system. So by reducing agent like say vitamin C also can do this kind of, and the source of pink color and the flavor. NO is a source of pink color and flavor onto meat. Okay. So this is what happens if you are treating with nitrites and nitrites, nitrate or nitrite, they will finally give NO that gives a pink color onto the flavor. Okay. And characteristics of the cured meat ham, because you want a good color, you know, pinkish color, good flavor. So that's why the meats are ham or bacon are cured by using nitrates and nitrates. They say nitrite is also an antioxidant that prevents free radicals from causing lipid oxidation, okay, and causing any kind of off flavor in meat, rancidity, okay, off flavor. But they are a health concern. What are these? LD50 or nitrite is about 71 milligram per. LD50 का मतलब अगर 100 आदमी खाए जाए तो 50 आदमी मर जाएंगे उसमें. This is what you mean. LD50. LD50 done on some animals or something. 100 आदमी से 50 आदमी मर जाएंगे if they eat more than 71 milligram. Okay. So 71 milligram per kilogram of the body weight if they eat means 4.6 gram for about a 150 pound person. Maybe 70 kilogram के आदमी को I think 4.6 gram is enough to cause kind of a serious problem. Lesser amount of nitrite also cause a problem of anemia. This is meth hemoglobin anemia. Okay, what happens here? Nitrite actually combines the hemoglobin, your blood, hemoglobin, and makes a nitrite hemoglobin complex. But this has no affinity for oxygen, so it's not able to bind oxygen. Just चार molecule जो लेते हैं आपको, so they are not able to bind. So reduce the oxygen delivered to the tissue and the organs, and that leads to blue baby syndrome in infants. This kind of disease you find because of that people eating because of the nitrites or in nitrates in groundwater, nitrates in meat, so that they have this kind of problem. So nitrite groundwater due to fertilizer runoff cause this kind of a problem. Cured meat contain large amount of nitrites, about 10 to 30 milligram per kilogram, and nitrites actually are converted into nitrosamines. Nitrite with amines, because they amines या proteins कह लीजिए, they convert into given nitrosamine. Okay, these are carcinogen. Okay, RNS2 and nitrosamine. They are found in foods such as bacon, cooked at high temperature, beer, for salted fish or cheese. I think. जहां भी आपने नाइट्रेट यूज किया, you will find the problem of nitrosamine, which cause cancer. There is a link between nitrosamine intake and risk of gastric esophageal cancers. Now, similarly, you can do combination of ascorbic acid, vitamin C, and alpha tocopherol, vitamin E. Okay, ascorbic acid, vitamin C, yeah, vitamin E. They are both antioxidants, and they are shown to inhibit nitrosamine formation in cooked products such as bacon. Okay, so best thing is to use this kind of a natural antioxidant, ascorbic acid, vitamin C, and vitamin E. Typically, say 16 gram of bacon serving contains 90 calories of 60% of fat, 24% from proteins, 160 milligram sodium, lesser amount of other minerals, and say nitrate, proline, this amino acid, other amino acids, heat, when you cook, it leads to N-nitrosopyrrolidine, which are also carcinogen. मतलब हुआ कि जो मीट प्रोडक्ट है, if you heat with nitrites, they all contain amino acids, when you cook, heat them, you form nitrosopyrrolidine, nitrosamines. So these are all causing cancer. That's why bacon is not a healthy food. Okay, or meat is not a healthy food overall, you can say. Now, sulfur dioxide and sulfides are also used for kind of your antimicrobial agents. Okay, sulfide SO2, SO3 sulfide, bisulfide, and metabisulfide. Okay, metabisulfide you normally use into making good or any kind of a good Indian, I think, jaggery, that we make. They are also effective antimicrobial agents. Sulfur dioxide to water gives you sulfur dioxide hydrated, and they are strong antimicrobial activity at low pH. And similarly, bisulfite, I think, is also more effective at pH 3 to 7. देखिए एसिडिक है तो नो एसिडिक में होंगे, ठीक है. Wine makers use bisulfite to inhibit growth of mold, yeast, bacteria. Mold का मतलब हुआ फंजाई जिसकी की कॉटनी लुक हो. जैसे आप कभी ब्रेड को देखेंगे अपने घर के अंदर, ब्रेड का रेड ग्रीन कलर का फंगस देखेंगे उसमें, so that's a mold. Similarly, बटर आप देखेंगे उसमें ब्लैक कलर का कॉटनी फंगस ग्रो होगा, उसको मोल्ड बोलते हैं. कॉटनी टाइप ऑफ फंगस को मोल्ड बोलते हैं जनरल सिंपल टर्म के अंदर. एंड so they are used to inhibit these growth, yeast and bacteria into a grape must. Must mean grape को जब हम crush करते हैं, so that become must. I think that's must. Sulfur goes sulfur dioxide, bisulfite pass it through the media. Sodium sulfide, metabisulfide are used in wine making. So these are used for antimicrobial agents. Okay. Now, similarly, antimicrobial activity of sulfide is very much pH dependent. Okay. Low pH होना चाहिए. The activity is more. Definitely, sulfide है वो आपका acidic है, so it has to be under acidic condition. Metabisulfite जो है or disulfide are also known to provide antimicrobial activity over a longer period of time. They also protect wine must from oxidation and turning brown before and during fermentation. That's why winemakers they use this bisulfite or metabisulfite in their formulation, their making of wine. Metabisulfites are added normally about 2% as sanitizing agent of the wine bottles also. Wine industry, they sanitize the bottle about with 2% of these kind of metabisulfites. And most wine contains some amount of sulfide. A wine that contains 10 ppm sulfide must be labeled as containing sulfide. Okay. Maximum amount of allowed sulfide by FDA is about 350 ppm. In UK, it's allowed 210 ppm. In white wine and red wine, 160 ppm. Okay. In US, it's more. I think FDA allowed 350 ppm. But if it is organic wine, then in US, it's not permitted to contain any sulfide. Sulfide से सब लोगों को एलर्जी होती है. बहुत से लोगों को देखेंगे तो if they eat sulfide, good jaggery खाएं या मान लीजिए आपका कुछ वाइन प्रोडक्ट हो जिसमें सल्फाइड हो, the people will have allergy, asthma हो जाएगा, wheezing problem होगी, they will have hives. So sulfide reactions because of color and flavor, because it maintains color and the flavor, that's why people add sulfide. दूसरा कहते हैं कि alcohol is oxidized into aldehyde, which reacts with the bisulfide, makes a complex formation. It has a negative effect on the flavor. This is another trouble if you are adding sulfide, okay, bisulfide. Sulfide is also used to inhibit Maillard reaction. Maillard browning of your products is also needed added into fruits, but it also affects flavonoid pigments and number of fruits. क्या होगा? They sometimes make complex with the phenolic compound, which are flavonoid. Flavonoid pigment बोलेंगे, phenolic compound है, जो colored compound है, red है, yellow है. These are colored phenolic compound in large number of fruits, and the flavonoids along with the sulfides that leads to bleaching effect onto the color. Okay, those phenolic compounds are basically destroyed by using this, the bleaching effect. Okay, they are also added onto dry fruits like say molasses में add करते to control brown color formation. Okay, jaggery में इसलिए डालते हैं. Also to prevent browning of freshly cut apples and potatoes. Shellfish में और shrimp के अंदर देखें यहाँ sulfide prevent pigment formation, color development, and lobster this also. Wheat flour में भी sulfide डालते हैं आप लोग to chemically reduce sulfide disulfide bond को जो है उसको treat करने के लिए wheat के अंदर, that helps to forming a new disulfide bond, and this cross links wheat protein to improve dough strength. So that's why this is also added into wheat flour, I think. And it says our body also produces about 1000 milligrams sulfide per day and other sulfur containing compounds like cysteine or methionine type of amino acids, and they are secreted out into our urine by oxidizing with the sulfide oxidase enzyme into sulfate, which is secreted out into your urine. Okay, this is how they are thrown out from your body. आवाज आ रही सब लोगों को भाई?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ठीक. So now it says about 10% of our population they have a sulfide reaction, allergy, asthma, wheezing, hives, and that's why you see people should check when you go to a grocery store whether some product contains a sulfide. Some people may be having that kind of problem. I think dried fruits, apricot, figs, prunes are common concern, those having sulfide sensitivity. Okay. Sulfide and vitamin B1, if you have vitamin B1 is also destroyed by sulfide. This is a problem. That's why you're processed meats, they are good source of thiamine. You see, thiamine जो है, if you have sulfide, that will destroy it. So that's why people sometimes avoid adding sulfide. Wine में sulfide डालेंगे. If you drink that kind of wine contains sulfide, you will have a headache. Fermented foods like beer, soy sauce, wine also contain histamine that cause allergy types or reactions or symptoms. Means breathing trouble होगी, headache होगा, flushing of face होगा, hives होंगे. So these kind of trouble you find in case of sulfide से allergy काफी लोगों को. Always be careful. Sometimes people will be suffering and they may not know what's the problem, but maybe the sulfide in their food may be problem. Some processed food खा रहे हैं, मान लीजिए कोई dry fruits खाते हैं आप, maybe they all contain sulfides. एक हम इसमें फूड में प्रोडक्ट डालते हैं कीलेटर्स. ओके, कीलेटर, नॉट चीलेटर, कीलेटर. They means they sequester metals. Sequester मतलब एक कैसे पकड़ के निकाल लेना. Sequester to take out those metals. They tightly bind and sequester metal as zinc, copper, iron, calcium, magnesium. जैसे EDT आप यूज करते हैं लैब में, जैसे गुड चीलेटर और कीलेटर. ओके, and polycarboxylic acid such as citric acid, malic acid, tartric acid, succinic acid, they are also good chelators. Pyrophosphates are also good chelating agents or chelating agents. Okay, chelators also provide antioxidant activity by adding, by binding to iron. देखिए iron अगर remove कर लेंगे, so then you basically remove oxidizing compound. Okay, that's why if you take out iron, pro-oxidant, then you are basically helping antioxidant activity.